Hello friends, welcome back to our channel ALP Talks, General and Electrical Aspects, and welcome to this transformer session. So, in this is first lesson on these transformers. Yesterday we discussed about introduction introduction to the all machines course. So today we are going to discuss transformers. So what is transformer, why we will need it, and what are the different parameters or things associated with that we are going to discuss today. So transformer is a device which converts energy from one circuit to the other circuit. So electrical energy from one electrical circuit to the another electrical circuit through the medium of magnetic energy, magnetic field we can say, without change in frequency. So let's see here. So this is the transformer. So this is one electrical circuit. If you say this is simply an inductor, this is simply an inductor. Okay. So this is circuit 1 and this is circuit 2. So from this circuit to this circuit 1 to circuit 2, electrical energy transfer exchange takes place. So in between we have magnetic field. So transfer of electrical energy from one electrical circuit to the another electrical circuit through the medium of magnetic field without change in frequency. So whatever frequency F1 is there, here also you will get F1, same frequency will be there. There is no change in the frequency. And the circuit which receives the electrical energy is called primary. So the circuit which receives electrical energy is called primary. The circuit which gives the supply electrical energy to the load, this is called secondary. So this is about primary and secondary. And actually transformer is a electromagnetic device, electromagnetic energy conversion device. So since the energy received by the primary is in electrical form and is converted into the magnetic energy, magnetic field, and it is reconverted into the electrical energy in the other circuits. There is generally there is no need of only one secondary. There can be multiple number of secondaries. For example, so this is a normal transformer. Say this is the core. So there can be multiple number of secondaries also. So it doesn't matter how many secondaries we have. Only thing is the equivalent is same for all the cases. So from one side to the other side, it is same. And so the coupling between these primary electrical circuit and secondary electrical circuit is takes place to the magnetic field. So the flow of energy can take place from either direction. For example, high voltage direction to low voltage direction, or from low voltage direction to high voltage direction. It can take place in any direction. It doesn't matter for us. So what are the, for example, if it is taking from high voltage to the low voltage circuit, then we will say this as a step down transformer. So this is what most of the places we are utilizing it. If electrical energy transfer takes place from low voltage to high voltage then we will say step up transformer. This is where most of the generation patients transformers will be there. So these are about these guys. I hope the information is useful, and this is the different parameters, the different things available in this transformer. So generally we will say most of the times we will say high voltage and low voltage winding only, and rarely we will use primary or secondary terminology, because if we want say for example if transformer is on the service, then in which direction the power is flowing, based on that we will say it is a step down or a step up transformer. Yeah. So if secondary winding has for example, if secondary winding it has more turns, means so it is step up transformer. For example, if it has a secondary winding, it has more turns, means it is a step-up transformer. So, and there are something like in case of secondary winding has less turns, the primary winding is called and the transformer is called step-down transformer. So, step-up transformer becomes a step-down transformer when the supply flows from one side to other side to the another side. And a transformer is most widely used device in both the low voltage and low current and high current circuits. And the transformers are available in amazing range of sizes, every size. So very small kVA to very big kVA it is available. And weights also in small electronic circuit it is like a few grams, so 50 gram, 100 gram like that. And if you come to the size also very small in electronic circuit. And if we come to the size is very big. It can be like a small weight and 100 gram like that, very small weight, just it can fit on our hand, palm of our hand, but it can be hundreds of tons. So huge transformers are available, all varieties are available for us. And also there are some different things like electrical energy transfer from one circuit to the another circuit. This takes place without using the moving parts. That is the one of the major thing or major important thing we have to notice in this transformer. So there is no moving parts in this transformer. So we will get the highest possible efficiency in all the electrical machines. Highest possible efficiency we will get from transformer only. So there, because no moving part, no friction losses, no rotational losses, so no wear and tear, so it's highly efficient. And the maintenance is also very less when compared to, for example, if motors. So there are a lot of things we have to consider, like bearings and everything we have to take care. So here negligible amount of maintenance we can say. And if we consider about insulation requirements, so for example, like a generation of alternator, say one alternator is there, this is generating power, so let's say 3-phase power. So this is given to this one transformer. So this transformer steps up this low voltage to the very high voltage. Okay, generally so what is the alternator generally available? So due to the insulation requirements, majority of alternators are 11 kV to 22 kV. 22 kV alternators. Mostly these are of synchronous generators we will say. So 11 kV to 22 kV. So by means of transformer, this voltage is stepped up to very high voltages like for 220 kV or 400 kV or 765 kV or 1200 kV. So these voltages we can step up to this any of the voltage by using these transformers. So in order to reduce mainly we are doing in order to reduce the transmission losses, whatever transmission losses are there. So if you transfer direct on 11 kV or 22 kV network, that much huge power, huge losses will occur on these transmission lines. So just to reduce these transmission lines, we are just generating at the best possible 11 to 22 kV ratings, and we are stepping up to the very high voltages. And wherever electrical energy is required, the transformers are installed, and for the stepping down the voltage for utilization for example, so this is the switch. If I say here, this is we are stepping up, say on transmission lines, towers, the power is flowing. Finally at the end we can use a step down transformer, so that we can use this energy for our normal applications like motor applications or illumination purpose or house. So these things we can use. So transformer is the main reason for a huge popularity of these AC systems. If AC systems if transformer is not there, means these AC systems may not be this much popular. We may be still using DC only if that is the case. And so in addition to its use in power system for transferring bulk amount of power in electrical engineering or electrical system, there are in communication systems also we use transformers so in many places. So for matching, impedance matching. So for example, electronic amplifiers are there. in electronic amplifiers, we are using these transformers at the input stage. Say for example, say this is the loudspeaker we have. So for getting say this is the amplifier. So this is the amplifier. At the input stage of amplifier, we use this small transformer. Okay, this small transformer we will use. So this is this transformer we are using for impedance matching. For otherwise, say this is high for getting high sound. We will use these transformers. So in electronic also it has many applications. So interstage and output transformer also, most of the places interstage transformers are there, input transformers are there, output transformers are there. So it finds many applications. In electronic and control circuits also we will use these transformers mainly for impedance matching, for maximum power transfer from source to the load. So this finds many applications. And there are like pulse transformers also. So we have some pulse transformers also, and this we will use in radar applications, television applications, and some digital computers and all. So in power electronics, these transformers also plays a major role for gate, for giving pulse triggering to the gate, and for synchronizing the pulse in the digital circuits. Also digital circuits also we will use these transformers here, in mainly in electronics related. So for decreasing or increasing voltage and current levels from one level to the another level, one circuit to the another circuit, there can be more than two circuits also, it doesn't matter. And for matching impedance of source and its load for maximum power transfer in electronic and control circuits. And also for isolating DC circuits, mainly in small PCB or where we need a stabilized power supply 12 volts like that, we will use these transformers for isolating DC circuits, while it still permits the flow of AC between two circuits. So for isolation also, we are using these small transformers. So transformers is an essential piece of apparatus for both high voltage applications, low voltage applications, high current applications, as well as low current applications like electronic circuits. So an electromechanical energy conversion device is one which converts electrical energy to mechanical energy, or from mechanical energy to electrical energy. So the coupling between electrical and mechanical systems is through magnetic field. Here we can't say mechanical, it should be magnetic. So the coupling takes place. In a transformer also, the coupling between primary and secondary winding is taking place by a magnetic field. It behaves like in this manner. So the fundamental principles involved in the analysis of transformers are much more common in analysis of electromechanical energy conversion device also. So all the basic principles of all electrical devices are still same, and the transformer is a static piece of electrical machinery. So the concepts and its behavior can be simply understood, and it can be used for all the analysis of upcoming machines like synchronous machines, induction machines. Everywhere these analyses are useful. Yeah, so this is about this introductory to these transformers, guys. I hope the information is useful to you. If you have any questions or comments or anything, then do comment in comment section. And if you're watching this video for the first time, then don't forget to hit subscribe button and like button, so that it boosts me. So if you are commenting, liking means I can understand how useful it is for you. Yeah. Okay guys, we will meet in next video. Thank you. Bye.